Okay, so next one we talk about is politicking. So we're gonna pass that one back to Terry.
All right, so in politics today, Colin Kaepernick reached a settlement with the NFL on his collusion lawsuit. It's rumored that the settlement was worth between $30 and $90 million. So my question to y'all are, if Kaepernick got cashed out by Nike, he got cashed out by the NFL, are we satisfied with what he got, or do we feel like he still deserves to play? Are we satisfied with what just happened with Colin Kaepernick? Is his story done?
That's how I feel. So, I definitely felt like, I love his stance on, like, everything. But when it comes to, like, like, injustice, social injustice and things like that, I was with it. But I also think that this was it was our fight, but it also was his fight. You get what I'm saying? So, it was certain things that he had to take on by himself. Like, we can support it all day. We with you, and you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's in there alone. He went in there alone. You get what I mean? So to me, I think if he's satisfied with what he received, then I'm satisfied. You get what I'm saying? Because again, I definitely think he did it for all of us, but he took on that own sacrifice by himself. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, other people kneeled and other, but he was that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if he's okay with what he received and he says I'm content with it, if he want to still play, then we put our boy in the game. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, I feel like he deserves. I don't know what he wants. You know what I mean? He might not want to play. He might just want that $90 million. Let's go.
It sounds like it's more about him than the people at this point.
It's not even more about him than the people. I feel like this. Okay. When he kneeled, he put his job on the line. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yes, it was for us. You know what I mean? But he did it. It was a selfless act. You get what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I definitely do. It's not that I don't think I feel some type of way about it. I do. I'm always feel some type of way about it. But you have to realize it directly hit him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you are content with what you receive, because we're not gonna receive it. Now if it was like they was like, we writing all these niggas some checks. Well, I ain't satisfied. I want some more money. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't for me, it was for him. Right. So like I said, if he wanna play, like I said, put my boy in the game, put him in the game, he wanna play, we you know what I mean? But if that's not what he want, you know what I mean? Who am I to be like, nah, that ain't fair. If you don't want that shit, who am I to say anything?
All right.
But what you think, Mo?
This is how I feel about the whole situation. Am I satisfied with what he got? What was the lump sum that he got?
$90 million.
It was rumored to be between. The lawsuit would be like private.
Right.
It is rumored to be between 30 and 90.
I hope it's more.
30 and 90 million. Hell yeah, I'm satisfied with it. But at the end of the day, it's a sport that he loves, and he should be able to play that sport in front of millions of people, if he wants to, in front of his people. But you know what? I feel like as it pertains to us as a struggle as a people, we have to realize that it's not about winning what do you say? It's not about winning the battle.
No, winning the war.
It's about winning the war.
And we far from the
war.
So
he lost. It's a war. It's still a race. That was a battle.
All right.
That was a battle. Whether we think he, won, whether we think he deserved what he got at the end of the day, our brother, like you said, put his job on the line. That was a battle that he wanted to face. He put on his gear, he put on his stuff, and he went out there for war. It was a message that he wanted to, portray, and he got it. He got that message through. Now, whether the change happens today or 50 years down the line, he was a pioneer of that, of that war. He was a pioneer. He was a soldier. He was a general in this war on racism. So whether I feel like he deserves it or not, that's not up to me. But I can appreciate him, just doing this selfless act, just for the betterment of our people and the betterment of this struggle, because it's a race war, and I don't think that I can't see it from later on down. It's still a lot of stuff, you know, with the NFL that they have to change. But at the end of the day, he sparked up that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King sparked up the conversation.
And that's
He lost. He put his hat in the race. He put his hat in the fight, and you know what? It didn't happen right away, but it's a lot of changes that did happen over the course of time. So I feel as though it'll be a lot of changes that will happen with the NFL over a course of time. It might not happen in my lifetime, but at the end of the day, he made a selfless act. Now he's still a millionaire at the end of the day. So I feel like he got what he deserved. He should be able to play. You know, he should, but if it doesn't happen, hey, at the end of the day, I have to realize that, hey, he put himself on the line. Maybe you go sign up for another NFL team or whatever, Kaepernick. I'm talking to you directly now. But at the end of the day, brother, I appreciate you for doing what you did, because you might have lost that battle as pertains to you playing on a professional level, but at the end of the day, you didn't lose the war because the conversation was sparked, and it needed to have been sparked a long time ago. So Taylor, go ahead, Terry. Tell you what.
Can I ask you a question real quick before you go in? How much does he receive yearly? Do you know about the range?
Nothing, because he
No, how much was he receiving?
He had a huge contract. I want to say it was between 15 to 20 million, something like that.
Oh, hell on that. I ain't gonna say.
A year. I think the tough part about that is that he's still good enough to be playing. Like he's better than some of the people that's actually starting.
Yeah.
So that's the bad part. Overall, I think that the sacrifice he made was tremendous. Not even just the sacrifice, but the commitment to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times people jump out the window. We feel like Kanye West saying, "Oh, George don't like black people." That was one statement. Colin Kaepernick could have kneeled one time, and they'd been talked about that one time, and left the shit alone and kept his job. He rolled that shit all the way out.
Yes.
Like he got kicked out the NFL. Could have stopped him. Like, let me get my shit. Got to get back in the NFL. Stop talking about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The message that got across.
Mm-hmm.
He kept going. Like he kept going. He's still going. And even though he see that they blackballed him, so it's just like the commitment of it is what's special to me and what's different. I wouldn't compare him as much to Martin as I would to Ali.
Yeah.
Because you know he lost a lot of money as far as. It's more so like he's an athlete guy. You know, he didn't want to go to Vietnam, so he got stripped of his belts, got thrown in jail for a year. All of those things in his prime. You know what I'm saying? So it's very similar to that. I don't know if he's gonna have a historical significance because Ali was actually like the best of the best. Colin Kaepernick was very good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if like LeBron James would have did it would be more of an Ali type of remembering.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I think all that is just it's amazing what he did, because as many people was telling, you know, all black people should kneel, all the athletes should do it. You know, when none of us gonna pay their bills once they got kicked out, and ain't none of us pay his bills, and you know, he got the money he deserved, and
thank God he can feed his family.
The sad part about the situation to me is that his message just didn't get through at all. I feel like the whole talk of Colin Kaepernick is that he's not in the NFL and that the NFL is racist. But the message was about police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, it never really got touched. Like, he talked about it as much as he could, but they, in a way, silenced him. You know what I'm saying? They stopped putting him on TV, and it became about the flag, and it's just disrespectful. Like, the conversation just got took so many different ways other than what his message was, and that's kind of the sad part to me, is that he went through all of this shit, and his message never went through. Like, it never was received. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, the same shit is still happening right now. So, it's I just look at the situation like it's a special situation, but it's very, very unfortunate at the same time. I wouldn't say it's all for nothing, because, you know, he made it. And, I mean, that $90 million is, in the grand scheme of things, to the NFL, it's chump change. They don't give a fuck about that $90 million they gave him. But, you know, it's just a tough situation for me.
I just feel like we can't expect the NFL. I don't expect the NFL to give in and just to all his demands or whatever he was trying to do. And I'm really not educated on the topic as a whole, so I don't want to speak on certain things. I hate when people do that. Speak on things that they have not researched.
Right.
But I'm going to really state my opinion. I just feel like we probably can't see, you know, the effects of what he did right away. But like I said before, later on down the line, I feel as though it'll be more conversations, it'll be different things. It might not happen in our lifetime, but we need certain people, like you said, to commit to certain things to spark conversations. You know, he was committed. You know what? He had a message. He went forth with it. Whether they silenced him or not, he got his message across. And it might not, you know what? The effects of his message, we might not feel it now. We might think he's silenced now, but I guarantee you, later on down the line, people will reference this, you know, and as it pertains to our struggle, and it'll spark conversation, it'll spark more of understandings about, you know, why we do the things that we do. That's how I feel.
To wrap it up with my final thought, I think like Terry's or Mac Matthews spoke, get on my nerves, that I don't think that, you know what I mean, I feel like, at least, you know, when you're really in it, you feel like, okay, I know this about social injustice, police brutality, and things like that. I think that most black people and most people in the world feel like, one, it was about the flag. If you on offense, you know what I'm saying? And if you're on defense, you feel like, nah, this is about y'all being racist, like you said. And we really want to say, like, we here now, we really want to promote that, like, nah, this is really about police brutality.
Exactly.
And how we are mistreated on a daily. You know what I mean? And that I really do hope this is in somebody's history book.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And the crazy thing is, they might not put it in there.
It's gonna be an elective.
Yeah.
No, that's how you do black history.
You know, that's
you don't gotta take that.
Yeah.
You can take that if you want.
Have kind of studies class if you want to.
It's an elective.
Well, it's up to us as a people, like I said, to take it and be aware of what's going on. So
absolutely.
Hey, it is what it is.
So as we said, again, educate yourself, especially on topics pertaining to Black people, Africana studies, and things of that nature.